Hello and welcome back to The Shift with Maryyum. I'm Maryyum Mahmood, bringing you a new and exclusive video. Since starting my channel, I've let current affairs and global events steer the course of the content that I create and showcase. As regular viewers would know, my previous videos have explored the concept of misogyny and, most recently, masculinity. Links to both videos are provided in the description box below. Now, one can't have a conversation on toxic masculinity without unpacking feminism. After all, the two are enmeshed in a deeply entrenched binary. So today, I want to demystify common misconceptions surrounding feminism. Oftentimes when the F word of feminism is mentioned in conversation, there is a certain confusion, a tension, a distrust of the term almost. Some try to distance themselves from feminism like it's some sort of slur, and that's really tragic. You see, the very concept of feminism is feared, tainted, maligned, and shunned. But do we really know what feminism actually means? Feminism is first and foremost about equality for all. It is premised on a simple idea that every individual, regardless of their gender, must be afforded dignity. Their autonomy and selfhood must be respected. No one has the right to discriminate against another on the basis of their gender. Yet there exists this repugnant hostility that's sometimes looming in the air. Other times it's almost visceral and overt, offensive even. But why is there such a stigma affixed to feminism that people tend to shy away from it? So here are some examples of commonly held beliefs and phrases regarding feminism. I believe in human rights, but I am not a feminist. God made men and women differently. Do we really need a label? Feminism is about hating men. White feminism, feminazi. Feminism is tainted. I can't relate to it. Feminism might offend others. Society is not ready for such nuanced views. So let's look at each of these individually. 1. I believe in human rights, but I'm not a feminist. This, especially when said by women, I find quite amusing. Having just outlined how simple the precepts of feminism are, such a statement, one that tries to force a wedge between human rights and feminism, is deeply problematic. 2. God made men and women differently. Of course, the classic case of using our anatomy to dictate who does and doesn't deserve autonomy. To this, my response is quite brief. God is the only judge, and in God's eyes, our deeds are weighed up as equals. So if God treats their creations equally in terms of their beliefs and intentions, then who is anyone else to say or do otherwise? Stop abusing religion to justify your hatred towards women. 3. Do we really need a label? Why not? What's the harm? Why does femme in the title make people so fearful? A label is a simple identifier, and using the term feminism takes into account the mass atrocities and oppression of women on the basis of their gender throughout history. 4. Feminism is about hating men. Nothing quite like centering men, since some people believe it's a man's world. To be clear, it is not always about men. The world does not revolve around them. When we call for equality in terms of respect, dignity, and rights, it is so that women do not suffer. Women are not abused. Women are granted their rights as equals, which they deserve as enshrined in both secular and religious contexts. 5. White feminism, feminazis. Feminism is tainted, I can't relate. All systems have outliers and miscreants. For instance, do we give up on sovereignty and the state because of corruption on part of those in government? Some men are abusers, violators. So do we deny association with humanity because such abhorrent individuals belong to the human race? Instead, we should focus our energies and our efforts towards reclaiming the term feminism. 6. Feminism might offend others. Society is not ready for such nuanced views. To this I ask, who makes up society? We do. People like us. and it is up to us to ensure that society is ready. We can't simply recognise and acknowledge that abuse, discrimination and violence against women exist and do nothing so that these problems continue to persist. It is incredibly infuriating when this is said by mature women who no doubt have suffered throughout their lives, yet as a result of some self-sabotaging Stockholm syndrome, these very women feel that society isn't ready to rectify its ills. When people distance themselves from the term feminism, it's really important that they realise what they're doing. Their fear of feminism is a fear of equality, fear of consent, and more intrinsically, they're hostile towards the idea of change, of a shift in the structures of the patriarchy which places men at the very top. Fundamentally, at its core, fear of feminism is a fear of losing power. No matter what level of the pecking order they're positioned, whether it's men as patrons or women who are doing the bidding as pawns of the patriarchy, those propping up the system fear losing control and the comfort of familiarity in knowing how things work. What they fail to remember is that the personal is the political. So when they're in the process of demarcating or dismantling a public-private divide whenever it suits those in power, they ought to know that suppressing women isn't just detrimental to women's lived realities and experiences, but it causes the downfall of society as a whole. Finally, we mustn't fear feminism, but rather understand it and make peace with it. As I've iterated throughout, the message of feminism is pretty simple and easily summed up in the words of both feminist giants Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and Bell Hooks. We should all be feminists because feminism is for everybody. The patriarchy is not your friend. It is a violent system of oppression that keeps everyone down. The sooner we realise this, the better, and we can all work in unison towards fostering harmony in society, a society that is open, accepting and prosperous for generations to come. If you enjoyed watching this video, then make sure to subscribe to my channel and to share and like my content. Join me again very soon on The Shift with Maryyum. Thank you for watching.